All right, so I just recorded this entire tutorial without recording my screen, so we're gonna fly through this tutorial. What's up, guys? In this video, we are looking at the work of Magdiel Lopez and making something that looks like this in Photoshop on the iPad. Magdiel Lopez is a really rad digital media artist, graphic designer, illustrator that I've been looking at my graphic design classes. He's been making like a poster a day for a while now. He streams over on Behance for Adobe Live and stuff like that. And his work is really cool, but it contains a lot of similar similar elements through his designs that I think are actually pretty easy techniques to take on in Photoshop. So I wanted to show my digital media students how to go about designing something in the style of and taking inspiration from Magdiel Lopez. So again, he streams over on Behance. And he's got like a lot of really cool videos where he shows his entire process. So I've been telling my graphic design students, my digital media students, that like just like you watch streamers over on Twitch and all that, check out designers, check out digital media artists, watch them stream because they're literally showing you their techniques and how they work. It's super valuable. So here's Magdiel Lopez. Now, to start with, I got this image of the Apollo Belvedere statue. We're talking about ancient Greek and Roman art and AP art history. Because I want to split open a head of a statue and make that look kind of cool. So that's what we're working with. This is on pexels.com. It's a free account. Use it for your stock imagery. It's awesome. That is not even a sponsorship. It's just a good website. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm working at, if I create a new document, look at that. I've done this a million times. I'm creating a document at 1080 pixels wide by 1350 pixels tall, 72 ppi. Great size for Instagram if you're posting to a portrait. Let's go ahead and insert our photo, and let's remove that background real easily. Insert a photo. Because it's a stock image, Photoshop will probably do a great job if I grab my selection tool of just select subject and bam, there it is. Yeah, bam, click mask. Now, right now I've got my mask on the layer. Let's just like flatten that layer out. If I click on the mask, and I click the three dots, I can go ahead and click flatten on the bottom there. And what that does is there's no more mask, it's just an image with no background. Let's grab my transform tool, scale it up so that I am just focused on the portrait, not too big because I want to still break it apart. Done, boom. So now, because I want to split it into a handful of different segments, I'm going to duplicate it 4 times. To duplicate that layer, click the 3 dots and duplicate layer. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can hide all of them but one. I'm going to keep one as like a backup. I'm going to mask, I'm going to break apart and mask 4 of them, and I'm going to keep one as a backup just in case. So let's go ahead and make a new layer, and with a brush tool, I'm going to use a small brush tool, and I'm going to try to give myself some guidelines to draw where I'm going to make those incisions, those marks. Now, we got to think of 3 dimensions here, right? When we're drawing a line, you're not just drawing a line straight across the document. You got to think of like you're wrapping a rubber band around a head. And if you wrap a rubber band around a head, it kind of like would go at an angle and curve. So let's think of our lines as rubber bands, 3D, right? So check this out. I'm gonna draw a line. Let's split open the head first, and then it wraps around and then curves. A little bit further. There it is. The nose is a little tricky, right? The nose is a little tricky because if we go around, it starts to curve, and we get the little up and go down. Whoop. For the jaw, and honestly that's good. For sake of brevity, let's just keep it at this, right? Brevity's sake of brevity. My next step is going to be to start selecting and masking. With this first one, again, it's the only statue layer that's visible. I will grab my lasso tool and I will just draw along a line, and I'm going really quick with this. Select this, press the mask button, bam. I'm going really quick with this because I'm not too concerned over the particulars. If I wanted to, I could slow down and use the pen tool to make my selections, get something a little bit more precise. But right now, I'm like cutting apart a statue. Statues cut apart all kind of weird. We're creating something surreal anyway. That, and I'm a little impatient because I literally just recorded this tutorial. We're still recording, right? Right. So let's go ahead and lasso my 3rd segment. The nose, the jaw, mask, and last but not least, maybe it is the least, I don't know. Bam, and there it is. So let's go ahead and hide the lines and reveal our layers, but you can see it's already a little chopped up, so let's go ahead and move those layers. Move this guy a little bit up there, move this one a little bit. I like to rotate them a little bit, just to like have a little bit more like dynamic braking happening, right? Move this guy, and that'll look pretty good. So the next step is to create these like color depth layers that I'm going to select and brush on. Let me show you what I'm going to do. At the bottom, at the very bottom, right, beneath all my statue layers, I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to grab my lasso tool again, and I'm basically going to draw like an oval shape that connects with the edges of the segments. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So let's go ahead and, with my lasso tool, draw a really quick oval that touches the edge there and comes up. Now if I look, I didn't get it all. So making sure that I'm on the add to, I can go ahead and repair my selection a little bit. Not a new one. Repair my selection a little bit. There it is. Now with the selection made, I can grab ye old brush tool, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and brush with like a blue and a little bit big, soft edge brush. And I'll switch color to a darker blue, a little bit cooler too, and give a little bit of shading on this, a little bit of shading, just to create that little gradient going on, right? Deselect, that's my first piece. I'm gonna do the same thing for the next one, right? Lasso tool, oval, elliptical shape, brush tool, shading, process. We got this. All right, deselect. Let's do the next one. It'll be like a little bit of a 3D effect here. All right, not too particular, not too specific. I think like the next easy step is to just slap on a big old gradient at the bottom. Let's do something contrasting, right? If I got like a blue for my color here, let's grab like a pink, because those pink and blue color schemes are real trendy. Let's grab like a pink and then like a lighter pink. Grab my gradient tool. Throw that on there. That looks nice. Now Magdiel Lopez also has some text, so if I go to my top of my layers, add some text on there, tap something in, and it could be like split mind. Good old Futura bold there. Easy font, can't go wrong. Probably could. Let's do some white that contrasts it. Let's even bring up the text size a little bit. Hit done. If I want to transform that 90 degrees, I click the three dots with the transform tool. Transform tool, three dots, type in 90. Move it over, and look at that. Check out Magdiel Lopez's work. Use Pexels for your photos. Thank you for watching.